Right, let's talk social media and sport now. Grabyo is a new London startup that has been winning the attention and cash and major backing of some pretty big sports stars. Thierry Henry, Robin van Persie, the kind of names we're talking about here. The company aims to monetize real-time social engagement around TV events, particularly lucrative sporting events. So let me walk you through, or let us walk you through, how it works.
Now, the company allows clients to quickly grab record clips from live TV feeds, recorded clips, saying that a clip, or say, for example, a clip of a footballer scoring a winning goal. It then facilitates easy editing of the clip to create a video.
Now, before providing a platform that allows the customers to instantly share the video through social media and optimized for mobile. Right, have you got it? Good. Let's talk to the CEO of the company, Grabyo CEO, Gareth Capon. Good morning.
Good morning. Was
our description about right, if you've followed that vaguely? So basically, this is a piece of, effectively, an editing software that allows you to capture events and instantly send them out to social media. Sporting teams must love this.
Most of our work to date has been with broadcasters and rights holders, and certainly a lot of that focus has been sport. We've also worked with news providers and entertainment shows as well. But the platform is very simple. We allow people that own the rights, predominantly broadcasters and rights holders, to take in a feed. They set a very simple in and out point of the content, hit share, and then instantaneously, a few seconds later, the clips are available on social networks, so Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, your own websites and mobile apps. So we can allow people that own rights to distribute clips very, very quickly and simply, just using a laptop and a Wi-Fi connection.
Gareth, have you been taken aback at how quickly this has kind of, become bigger and bigger? It seems that now we want fast reaction for live events. People are talking about it all the time. Did this so far exceed your expectations?
Absolutely. I mean, the company is only 18 months old, and the growth and the sort of demand for the platform has been really significant in that time. The other thing I think which is important to remember is that video has only been available natively on Twitter and Facebook around that same time period, about 18 months. So video and social is actually a relatively new experience outside of YouTube.
What are the barriers to entry to other people doing this? Are you involved in a land grab effectively at the moment to try and get the biggest broadcasters on board your platform rather than somebody else? Because a simple in and out on an edit machine is not a particularly complicated concept.
Editing content live in the cloud, from a satellite feed or a video channel is more complex than it may seem. But as with any growing startup, the most important thing is to build the best experience for your customers and grow that customer base. We certainly believe we've got a market-leading position right now with the services that we offer, and as any good business, we'll continue to iterate to make sure that our proposition is the best, the fastest, and the best value for money.
How important is scalability? You have to grow quickly to make sure that you retain that market share. Otherwise, somebody else could come in and take that market share.
Scalability is always incredibly important, both in terms of our business, but also the services that we provide to our users. When you think about ITV sharing a goal in the World Cup, that goal is instantly available to millions of people. And we see spikes of traffic on our platform to hundreds of thousands of users in just a matter of seconds. So scalability is as much a technical challenge as it is a commercial one. But we are now building relationships both here in Europe and now increasingly in the US, which will help to drive our business and maintain Grabyo at the forefront of real-time video in the market.
Which of those two markets is more critical? To kind of describe the differences, and Europe, clearly big football story here, US football, American football, I think they like to call it over there. They just call it football. But kind of walk us through how the different markets look and the opportunities that exist within both of them. Sure.
I mean, the US is clearly a bellwether in this market, both from a social perspective and an advertising and commercial perspective. There are more users of social applications. There is more revenue generated per user in the US around Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. So that's clearly an important market for us because the scale of that market is just so much bigger than it is in Europe. That said, Europe has been catching up very quickly. The social platforms are very important here. The UK is probably the most important market in Europe, but we're having conversations now in Spain, in Italy, in Germany, and France, and we already have a number of customers here in the UK.
Gareth, who's your main competitor in this? Do you have a competitor?
Our major competitor was a company called Snappy TV, which was acquired by Twitter back in the summer in June. From a market perspective, we've been now the leading independent company. There are a few smaller companies out there doing pieces of what we do, but from an end-to-end perspective, we certainly think we're out on our own.
You can see where this conversation's going next, can't you? Yeah, M&A, what's the story? Can you continue to grow as an independent company, or do you need to be part of a bigger story?
The focus of any good startup is build a great business. If you build a great business, then all of the opportunities will follow from that. So our absolute focus is head down building a great video platform, and we'll continue to do that.
Any knocks on the door?
There's been There's been nothing that I would talk about right now with regards to M&A activity, partly because we're very early as a business.
Right.
But you can see, if you look at who our investors are and you look at the activity that's been around the company in the last few months, there's an enormous amount of interest in this space.
So what's your biggest challenge at the moment? I mean, you have investors. Is it still funding? Is it trying to get into new markets? If you're to look at the spectrum, you're, as you say, still a quite fledgling company, a smaller company, and yet you're doing so well. What do you absolutely have to get right?
Right now, the biggest challenge is to accelerate quick enough to take advantage of the opportunity.
Right.
There is demand out there from North America, from Asia, from Latin America. So to be able to really execute that effectively, you need a world-class team and you need some scale. So for us, we need to continue to grow as quickly and probably more quickly than we have done today.
Are you taking the more US model or the more European model when it comes to scaling? Uber's a great case in point. Scale into a market, land grab, take authority of that space and worry about kind of what happens after that. Some might say that's their business model. I wouldn't necessarily put myself in that camp, but I'd be interested to know what your take is on how you grow. European businesses tend to get funding to a sort of a point. I'll give you a little bit of money, then grow a bit. In the States, they're like, we're going to give you a lot of money, scale the hell out of the business model and see what happens. Where are you in that spectrum?
I think that for the right business, there's money available in both markets. So
right.
if you have the right business and the right business model, there is definitely money available to scale your business. From our perspective, we are a B2B business. Our clients are not consumers. They're broadcasters and rights holders. For that reason, you need to have feet on the ground in the markets that you wish to go and spend some time with and build some customers in. So we do have plans for expansion in North America, US in particular, in 2015 for that reason. With regards to what it takes to scale the business, as long as you've got a good business model that can generate revenue and ultimately profit for your shareholders, it's relatively easy to bring in as much money as you need to grow quickly.
All right, interesting. Gareth, thank you so much. Gareth Capon there, Grabyo CEO.